Hi, my name is Nicholas Delaney. I am doing my midterm interview for the course InterviewCom 2040. I am going to be interviewing my father, Darren Delaney, today for the job opening. The video is going to be private and only viewed by me, my father, and my professor. Okay, so let's begin. Hi, I'm Nicholas Delaney, and I am the HR representative for the Ohio Department of Taxation.
Hi, I'm Darren. Nice meeting you. How are you today?
Good, how about you?
Not too bad. I think I talked to you last week on the telephone. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me last week who scheduled the interview with you today. And I'm the one that's going to be conducting the interview with you today also.
Cool. Great.
So, how are you doing today?
Good. I had to get up early. I had an exam in stats this morning. Good part is I aced it. I think I did really well. So it's turned out to be a good day so far.
Good, good. Did you have any problem finding the facility today?
No, not at all. You gave me the directions you gave me. I plugged them right in my phone, and it ended up taking me right here.
Good, good. All right, so let's get started with the interview. Today, you're interviewing for the tax examiner associate position. This position is an entry-level position. All employees start out here. This position starts at $20 an hour, offers medical, dental, and vision care. You also get paid time off and ORS retirement package. The job is Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And occasionally, probably less than 2 weeks out of the year during tax season, you may work till 7 p.m. So, does this still sound like a job you're still interested in?
Absolutely. And actually, got a couple things for you. I got a cover letter, a resume, and I got a list of my references here for you.
All right.
So, here you go.
Thank you. So, how did you learn about the job opening?
Um, my dad actually works for the Ohio Department of Taxation. He's been with you guys for about 10 years. He keeps me updated with it pretty regularly. He lets me know, how often you're going to bring in groups. He says you usually bring about 10 at a time when you hire them. So I would have found it. I would have been doing it anyway because I followed on Ohio News Jobs and I follow taxation pretty good. He just let me know they're getting ready to bring another class in. So as soon as he told me, I started watching it a little bit more regularly. And as soon as I saw it, I applied and came in. So, well, it was my dad.
All right, cool, cool. So can you tell me a few things about yourself?
Um, I graduated in 2017 from Calvin Drexler High School. I maintained about a 3.0 GPA. I was in college preparatory classes. After I graduated, I was looking to stay close to home. I'm real close with my family. I didn't want to go far. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to keep expenses down. I didn't want to put a lot of student debt in. So when I started looking around, I chose Ohio University Lancaster, and even my middle brother goes there. So I chose that one. I didn't want to be part of the numbers, and it was the idea of a smaller school too. But at the same point, when I was going to try to choose my degree, I chose applied business management. I didn't want to be pigeonholed into accounting or marketing or sales. I wanted a more broad aspect. So I chose the management side because there'd be more opportunities. And after I chose it, I've actually been dedicated, motivated, and really hard working because I've been able to work full time, go to school full time, and I've still been able to manage a 3.3 GPA, and I've actually made the dean's list. And also I'm minoring in coaching.
Nice. So, why did you decide to minor in coaching out of everything?
Um, when I went in and I talked to my advisor, we were discussing what courses we were looking at my curriculum. I called it DARS. And when we were looking at it, there was a gap that showed I needed 30 hours of junior and senior level classes. And as I was looking at those, it was really broad. It didn't say a lot of what I had to take. So when I asked the advisor, are these classes I can take anything? And her response was actually yes, I could do any junior level, senior classes. But the main reason it was on that curriculum was most people that come and major in that degree at that school come with an associate degree already, and they already have those hours taken. In my case, I didn't. So at that point, she actually recommended I would take a minor. And when she was explaining the different minors, she showed me a list of about 16 of them, maybe 15. Half of those already involved business. So I really didn't want to get in that because it was already in my degree and I couldn't use both courses to satisfy both. So it would be a pain. It wouldn't be worth it. So that got rid of half of them. And after that, there's probably another 8 of them. And when I looked at that, half of those didn't interest me at all. And the other half, she actually happened to notice coaching. And she knew off the bat that I was big into sports. I was a big sports fan. So she recommended that. I questioned her. I was kind of not sure at first, but then after she explained it to me, so I was like, why would you do coaching and management? And her response was, what's every good coach need? You know, be motivated, dedicated, have great communication skills, be a leader. And she flipped the story and said, hey, what's every manager need? The exact same qualities. So at that point, I was like, yeah, that would be a good fit for me. So I decided to do the coaching too.
Cool. All right. So, what is some of your biggest strengths?
Well, I have a few. I think I can multitask very well. I go to school full time. I work full time. I do a lot of studying. I've been able to maintain my grades. So I can definitely multitask. I'm a hard worker. Obviously, I proved that, keeping my GPAs and even work. If I had to pick one, though, I probably would say my communication skills. For the last 4 years, going through college and high school, I've worked a couple different jobs as a customer service, sales associate, even as a carpet cleaner and carpet extraction expert. Every one of those jobs, I had to deal with the public on a daily basis. And of those, a lot of them were disgruntled employees, a lot of them were questions, a lot of them were unhappy with their service or wanted more information about a product. And in all those instances, I've had the ability to be able to either calm down or satisfy their questions. It's just dealing with people every day and on a daily basis. I've been really able to develop my communication skills a lot.
All right. So, going off that question, what is some of your biggest weaknesses?
I really don't think I have any. If I had to pick some or pick one, you know, I think most of everything I would pick, a lot of people would consider my strength. I think I'm a workaholic. I work too much. I need to take a break sometimes. I'm hard on myself. I critique myself too much. If I don't succeed, I'm always second guessing myself. But if I had to pick one, I'd say I'm too trustworthy and too compassionate. I always have been that person that wanted to help someone out. I've always been that person that's been honest, so I expect everyone around me to be the same way. So I've always helped the person out in need. I've always given them the benefit of the doubt. And almost to a fault, I've had it backfire on me in the past where I've been taken advantage of because of my kind heart and my compassion and everything. So again, some people could look at it as a strength, but in my case, I would say there's sometimes I have it to a fault and it's a weakness.
All right. So, tax commissioner emphasized teamwork. What's your definition of teamwork? And give me one example of teamwork.
I would say teamwork to me would be the ability to put my own personal goals and desires and ambitions to the side and actually work together with my peers and my coworkers and collaborate on our thoughts, ideas, and our concepts all together to achieve one common goal. Uh, as for working as teamwork, I do it every day. I actually work in carpet cleaning in our business, Winchester Carpet Supply. We do all around central Columbus, outskirts. So we pretty much the area is divided as a pie into 3 sections. We have 3 different trucks to do each one. You know, on any given day, we may have 60 to 50 jobs, which is a lot. And the problem is one of those grids might have 30 of them, one might have 10, one might have 20, which typically is what happens. And when you go out on those jobs have to be done promptly and usually that day, because a lot of those are owned by other apartment complexes or property managers that are getting ready to rent them out. And by not having them ready one day could definitely take a hit in their revenue, may even push back renting out one of those apartments a whole month. So when we go out, there's many a times where on my side of the town I might only have 10 jobs. I may be the first one done. As soon as I'm done, I have to drive to the other side of town, help one of the other crews do their jobs, get caught up on theirs. And there are many times, even after that, we have to go to the third one and we all work together as a team. All in all, it's all coming down to the same thing. We got to get them all done the same day. We got to get them all done good. And we got to get consent from the owners and apartment managers that the job's done well.
Oh, okay. So, are you still working now?
I am. I'm actually been there for almost 2 years. I don't plan on leaving it until I graduate. The only reason that me working here now, I enjoy it, and the owner of the company really works with me towards my education. If I need time off to study, if I need time off for class, if I have extracurricular activities that need to be done for school, he jumps up and gives me the time off. So he's been very beneficial, helping maintain good grades and everything. So yeah, I'm still working.
Nice. So, why did you plan on leaving this job?
I wouldn't if there was more chances for advancement or more opportunities. The problem is it's a small mom and pop company. It's owned by a family. The owner, Greg, he runs the operations. His wife is our office manager. She does the scheduling. She does the payroll. She does all that aspect. Then their son actually is our manager, manages the crews. He puts assignments out for us. He routes us. He selects what other members want to work with that day. So if there was room for advancement and I could move up, I probably wouldn't leave. I like it that much, and like I said, I feel almost indebted to the owner for helping me out. But there isn't. I'm at the peak where I'm at now, and I don't want to be a carpet cleaner, carpet extraction. I'm looking for a career now, and I want to move up and be better off.
Okay. So, what would be your dream job?
The biggest thing is I want to be happy. I want to be able to. I want a job that lets me be creative, use my education, knowledge, and experience, challenge me every day. I also want one that pays me enough to provide for my family. I want to be able to put a roof over their heads, feed them, and be able to give them some of the extras they want in life. I want a job that is stable and secure. I don't want a job that I have to worry about closing down or something falling through. I want a job that also grants me enough free time outside of work where I can enjoy myself and my family. I do a lot of stuff with them, and that's very important to me.
All right. So, where would you see yourself in 10 years?
Actually, if everything goes right, I'd like to be here. My dad, since he's worked here, he's told me about the job. Uh, what he's told me, I really liked. I actually centered my education, my experience around trying to get a job here. And when it came down to what I wanted to do in school, I knew I wanted to do business, but even business is one of your job requirements here. You need a bachelor's degree in some type of business field, so that hit that. You needed 3 accounting classes. This my degree hits that. I got tax accounting, I got auditing, accounting statistics, intro to accounting, intermediate accounting, auditing, and I'm going to be taking state and local government taxes. Basically for this reason, so I can learn more about the different types of taxes this company does. Uh, Even my jobs, I've had other opportunities where I could have left, but I wanted to stay there, not only because they helped me work through it and have ample time to do my schoolwork, but it also helped me with my customer service experience. And I knew this job opening requires a lot of customer service experience because you're going to be in a call center atmosphere. So the only thing I would be different is in 10 years, I'd like to even be challenged more with my education, utilize it more, and actually be in a supervisor or a management position. But when you ask me where I want to be, it's hopefully still here and working for the Department of Taxation.
All right, that sounds good. So, what outside interests or activities do you have?
Well, I'm big in sports. I got two brothers, mother and father. We were all big in sports. Since I've been young, we've done and organized basketball, baseball, football, soccer, you name it. We are in sports, and we're ultra competitive. So we're always either watching it, playing it, or doing something that involves it. And even to this day, I actually coach a softball team consisting of my family and friends. And we play at Berliner Field. I've been coaching for my dad started it. He did it for the first couple of years, and then I took it over the last couple of years and been managing it and taking care of it and getting us in different leagues. So it's actually quite fun.
Okay, so how did your team do?
Surprisingly, we were pretty good.
Really?
We started off, if you would have seen us 5 years ago, it was an adventure. And every year we gradually got better. We got players have left. We've got new players. We've actually been able to put them in better positions where they did better. And I think this past year, oh, we were in 4 leagues. We won 2 of them. We even won a tournament. And then one of the leagues we won, we actually were invited to the Champ of Champs at Berliner, which is all the league champions facing off against each other in one big tournament. And there was about 50 teams. We ended up coming in at fifth. Awesome for our first year at Berliner. So
Yeah.
it was challenging coaching my friends and family with their own attitudes, their own different egos, but it's fun.
Sounds like it. So that's all I have of questions. Did you happen to have any questions for me?
Well, I know first thing I wanted to ask is if you do get considered for this position, I know again a lot of the information I've heard from my dad, or he's told me about it, but he has said some things have changed about probation when you first get hired, how long you're on probation, or what's the opportunities of advancement? What do I have to do to advance? How long do I have to wait? Is there a wait period? And obviously, like I told you, I would like to move up. I'm not as much worried about the probationary period because I know I'll do a good job and dedicated and hard work, so that doesn't bother me, but I'm more worried about the ability to better myself.
Yeah. So that's a good question. Your probation period would be for 1 year. During that time, you're treated as an at-will employee, meaning that if we feel you're not a good match or asset for the company, we can terminate you. When you start you are considered a bargaining unit, member of the union. So after you get through your probationary period, you can apply for other bargaining positions, such as examiner, tax specialist, or auditor. However, at any time you can apply exempt position. They are not members of the union. They are typically manager position.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Now, what is the timeline? I guess my boss has taken such good care of me, helped me out so much, and been able to give me time off. The last thing I would want to do is not give him much of a notice. I want to make sure he's prepared. I want to make sure if I am considered for a job or I am offered a job, that I can come in and he can hire a replacement. I can train him and get him, leave him just as good as he was when I was there.
Yeah.
So, what's the timeline typically from start to finish if you are considering?
So yeah, that's a good question. Unfortunately, the state process is kind of a lengthy one. It starts with me screening multiple applicants. I sit with the manager, review the applicants that we choose. That will take a few weeks after we choose them. We have them come in, fill out paperwork, give us consent to do a background test and get a drug test from them. Then we have got it down to a few selective applicants, and they come in for training. That would take probably 2-3 weeks. So you're looking at through all of that, maybe 2.5 months at the most.
Okay, that's not too bad. Like I said, I just want to make sure I can give my employer 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Um, so that's all I have. Did you happen to have any last questions or anything for me?
No, thank you. And again, I just want to let you know I'm extremely interested. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you do get a hold of me and consider me a candidate. My only last thing is you wouldn't happen to have like a business card or an email address I could write down so I could send you a thank you letter.
Yeah, I have a business card on me. Here you go. This is that one. Email and phone numbers on here.
Okay. All right. I appreciate your time,
All right.
and I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you for coming.